Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about XinFin Network, aka XDC. So let's just dive in and let's start off with the overall price. So I hope everybody is having a great day or a great night, wherever you guys are watching this from. At the moment, I'm recording this early on in the morning. I do have a few meetings today around my design agency, but nonetheless, as we do look at XDC, we are just trailing along sideways. You could say that most of this market is still taking a vacation, waiting to come back from that vacation to go back to work. So it's just kind of, it's cooling off, right? As we do look at XDC, I know that a lot of people are like really focused on short-term price action. And I gotta say, although it might sound arrogant, I really don't care what the price is going to be tomorrow, next week, or next month. All I care about is the price at which we are trading at when we break that new all-time high. Once we do, man, it's going to be very, very exciting. And I do think that that day is coming very soon. I think that we will start to see a major rally within this market eventually. And a lot of people want to make a comment in the comments saying, oh, wow, eventually, wow, great for that insight. I personally believe that this market is going to start to really pick up in the fall timeframe, right around October, November, which is very similar to the 2020 timeframe. We go back to that 2020 timeframe. Here you guys have it. So the markets really started to pick up in the summer, trailed off a little bit, but as you guys do see, they start to really break out back in the winter time. Now XDC was a little bit of a late starter. It started back in February, but most of the market, if we go back to Bitcoin, for an example, kind of show you guys that. So here you guys have March of 2020. And here you guys have the fall time frame. Look at Bitcoin just going on a massive tear. And it all started back in October and November of 2020. What an exciting time to be in the market for sure. But as we look at the market today, I think that we're very similar in a time frame. Again, you know, anything is possible. We could have a massive sell-off tomorrow, next week. So we just need to prepare for anything, right? But nonetheless, I do want to talk to you guys about a few things that really started to develop over on XinFin. One, this bridge with Ethereum. We do see exciting news. The XDC Network to Ethereum bridge on OneChain is now fully subsidized by XinFin. This means that all cross-chain transactions along this route are practically free of charge. Absolutely love to see it. And we are seeing a lot of assets that will benefit from this amazing opportunity. And we do see take advantage of the subsidized bridge and experience seamless and cost-effective transactions between the XDC network and Ethereum. Love to see it. I think that this is great. I think that's an incredible initiative, and I love to see the development continuing with XinFin. We are still waiting for XDPOS 2.0 to launch. Going to be a very exciting time in the market once that does happen. I do think that we are still a little bit away from that. They were saying Q3, possibly Q4 of this year. So I'm waiting patiently, but I'm very excited about that development as well. And also, we are seeing a new event, which is the XDC Network Conference in Austin, Texas. This is going to be a very exciting one as well. There's a lot of participants here. And a few big ones that really jump out to me are Accenture, which is a huge one. Polysign's going to be there. If you know XRP, then you know Polysign. Expector is actually going to be there as well, which we know around the Ripple space with XRP. Global Alliance, XDC, OneChain, and so many other major players are going to be there as well. So love to see it. 70 days remaining, which was on the 16th, so roughly about 69 days away. Very exciting time. I think that this is great. I think that these events are awesome as well. You guys know me. I love these for the community. It really gives you an insight on what's happening as well behind the scenes. And Accenture, pay attention to Accenture. They are a crucial player around the space, which I've been mentioning for so long. Now, I do want to talk to you guys about a few interesting things. So if I was somebody that didn't know a lot of the information around this market, I would believe that this company, Triteris, is an XDC killer. We have this article that got posted on June 15th, and we do see trade finance must digitize to combat fraud. Better AML controls across traditional financial systems have increased the appeal of international trade as a conduit for fraud. Now, this is a quote from an individual from Triteris. And we do see the solution to multiple financing could be digitization of all title and trade related documents and placing them on a central ledger. Now, what technology is this company using? What are they doing? Well, don't worry, I got the answers for you. So I think that it's interesting to mention this Ethereum to XDC bridge because, you probably guessed it, Triteris uses Ethereum. And we all know how that usually goes. But this is a company that's fairly large. We do look on their website. It's all centered out on transforming trade and trade finance. The interesting thing is that I don't know where they got their statistics from, but their statistics are completely different than what I've been reading around trade finance, which we will talk about. But we do see we are connected to the world, Australia, Dubai, Singapore, Switzerland, UK, and USA. We do see the transactional volume, June 2019 to February of 2022, 7,300 plus number of transactions on Kratos, 56.7 million revenue in fiscal year of 2022. And we could see about the company here. And then down here, you could see the year founded, 6 countries operations, 50 plus team members. And then we do see what is trade finance. Now, I was under the impression that trade finance was a $19 trillion market. But we do see trade finance is the $40 trillion business of financing the movement of goods across oceans and borders. Again, I thought this was 19 trillion, but apparently it is now 40 trillion. And then over here, we do see trade finance is a highly complex process with numerous steps and participants. Goods shipped internationally normally pass through multiple transfers, and it is not uncommon to finance each leg of the journey separately. So they are trying to change that. They're trying to boost this market, and they want to fill that $1.7 trillion gap, which we've talked about as well with XinFin. XinFin is trying to do that as well. So yeah, I mean, are they going to kill XinFin? Are they going to replace XinFin? And I don't believe that is the case. Remember what I said. This is a market that is perfect for collaboration. Collaboration will be key. It will be crucial. Also, here are the statistics for Kratos, which is fintech for trade and trade finance. This is their platform. And what's comical about this is that, yes, this is still utilizing blockchain technology. This is still utilizing the same technology that I've been saying for the longest time that is going to disrupt these markets. It's already started, apparently. So very, very interesting. Now let's talk about it, because there's a post from the TFDI, Trade Finance Distribution Initiative. And this is news and press release. This goes all the way back to October of 2021. TradeTech partners with XinFin in the first trade finance NFT transaction. Now, you might be wondering, why am I bringing this news back up? This is old news. Well, it's because they do mention, that's right, they mention Triteris. What do you see? We are also very inexpensive to operate on. Ethereum has very high gas fees, whereas XDC transactions are less than a fraction of a penny, so it is fast and low cost. Another benefit of the XinFin network is that it operates as a hybrid public/private blockchain. This means that transaction details can be held privately, while a limited set of data is relayed to the public network to confirm the immutability of that transaction. This avoids issues faced by platforms that simply record transactions on Ethereum's distributed ledger, such as that as Triteris. Very interesting. So this is from a very, very large initiative, the TFDI, which is a key player around this major evolution with trade finance. And they are literally mentioning that Triteris is utilizing Ethereum, and there's a lot of issues with this platform already because of that. So it begs the question, like, what's going to happen here, right? Because XDC now has that bridge with Ethereum. Triteris can easily come over to XinFin, I believe. But if that is not the case, I do believe that this company will not be as successful as XinFin simply because of the inefficiencies that do plague Ethereum and those companies that are utilizing Ethereum. I've talked about this even with Hedera. For an example, with Hedera, you know, there's so many Ethereum players that came over to Hedera to utilize their network because of the inefficiencies that they were facing with Ethereum. So, Do I think that trade tariffs is a big worry? Absolutely not. But one thing that I found very interesting is that they are mentioning that trade finance is a $40 trillion business. It's a $19 trillion industry. So, I mean, it would make sense that it would be a $40 trillion business, not so much a $40 trillion industry. But I thought that this was very interesting that they do mention this statistic instead of the actual market value itself. But also, I do want to talk to you guys a little bit about Mika. So you guys know that I've been talking to you guys about MLETR quite a bit. It's been a big discussion of mine on this channel when we do talk about XinFin. And we do see EU crypto regulations time to lead. Shout out to Anderson for this post. And what do you see is Mika going to change the crypto world? In short, yes, several factors in this legislation will contribute to a regulatory environment that won't stifle entrepreneurial innovation in crypto and blockchain technology. To start, this is a large-scale legislative approach in a center of major economic activity, and it creates a path for other jurisdictions to follow suit. Other legislators will make their own rules according to their needs and desires for consumer protection, but make no mistake, Mika is first, and it is a big deal. And yes, this is a very big deal. The interesting thing is we do see over here from this article, so who's next? The UK announced in February that it had a planned consultation to regulate crypto assets. We know that they are moving very fast on crypto and crypto adoption. Singapore as well, very large player around crypto now. They've become a very large leader around crypto adoption, and their ecosystem continues to grow around crypto. Japan is a huge player as well. And then also, they do mention Japan's SBI VC trade that recently added the XDC network to its platform. Very large initiative. And then Hong Kong as well, which wants to become a major crypto hub. What's interesting, though, is that they don't mention Dubai. Dubai has been moving very, very fast on a lot of things, so I'm definitely focused on that. And then down here, we do see IOSCO and the World Economic Forum advocate for coordinated regulation. It's interesting that they do mention that this is an organization that was recognized by the G20 and the FSB, the Financial Stability Board, because I recently made a video on XRP where I was talking about the FSB, and they were talking about this discussion with the G20, with the BIS and the IMF, where they had this harmonized approach to this crypto framework. I don't know if that's going to come to fruition, but it would definitely be interesting to see what happens with that. There's a lot of things happening right now around regulations, and I think that Mika is paving the way. I think that we will eventually get that harmonized approach, and I think that once we do have that harmonized approach, it's going to be very, very exciting to see what happens around these little areas of interest like trade finance that a lot of people are overlooking. And when I say a little market, I think that this is a big market, and I think that this is going to set things in motion. Like I said, I made a video recently with XinFin as well, where I talked to you guys a little bit about how major innovation will happen in these smaller areas like trade finance. And when I say trade finance as a small area, it's still a $19 trillion industry, $40 trillion business, and a $1.7 trillion gap that needs to be filled. So it's not that small. It's still, not as large as cross-border payments and things like that, but it's still a very large market, and it's going to most likely be at the forefront of that innovation that happens with this type of technology. So with that in mind, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, to notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. So I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are on this beautiful world. That's been Nick. Peace out, guys.